What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back with another Robots video. Today we are going to do a complete pilot guide. We're going to talk about the training center, the different pilots. I'll show you a list of all the pilot skills available for your robots. We'll talk about how to get the pilots, what the best average skills are for most robots, and all kinds of good stuff like that. So this guide should help you figure out which pilots to run on your robots and which skills. So pilots basically have different abilities. Each pilot can have up to 7 abilities to give your robot or your weapons more strengths. Like you can add more durability, more speed, more this, more that, more all kinds of things that make your robots even better. I'm going to add chapters to this video so you can skip to the parts that you want or need to see. So first things first, if you need to get a pilot, you see where this says AI control down on the bottom left corner? Click on that. Next, you're going to click on the training center, which is the pilot store. So click training center and you're going to see 3 pilots in here. If you don't want any of these pilots, you can either click refresh for free and watch a video and 3 more pilots will pop up, or you can use some gold to refresh it as well. So every day there's 3 pilots in here and you can refresh it a couple times if you want to look for more pilots. Now, if you notice, 2 of these pilots have a golden outline around them and 1 has a blue. So 2 of these are legendary pilots and 1 is just a regular pilot. So we're going to talk about the difference between regular pilots and legendary pilots. So legendary pilots will have a skill for a specific robot. Take Marcus here. This one has a skill for the angler. Even though this pilot has a legendary skill for the angler, it can work on any robot, but the legendary skill will only work on the angler. The other 7 skills will work on any robot you want, as long as you pick the skills and choose them for that robot. Now remember, if you decide to take this pilot off of a robot and move it to another robot, you're going to have to re-roll all of the skills, and choosing the skills does cost gold. So once the skills are chosen, those skills will only work on another robot unless you spend your gold to re-roll the skills. So make sure you choose a pilot that you actually want for your robot. That way you're not wasting your gold having to repick skills when moving things around or changing pilots. So pick the right one the first time. The skills start off at a white or a gray color, which are tier 1. Then you can upgrade each skill to tier 2, tier 3, and then tier 4. Legendary pilots can have the gold tier 4 skills, but regular pilots can only get the purple tier 3 skills. I'm going to go ahead and show you a list of all the skills available in the game that work for your robots, but there's also some weapon skills, but we're going to show you all the robot skills, and then we're going to talk about which ones are the best in general. There's going to be several photos popping up showing all of the different skills, so you might want to pause it every time this changes so you don't miss any, but this shows you every skill that you can fit on your robots and what they do at the different levels at tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. There's definitely a lot of skills to choose from, and some fit some robots better than others, but I will show you my favorite skills here in just a couple of minutes that really seem to work well on pretty much any robot. And I believe we have one more screenshot to show you after this one, and those are all the pilot skills that are currently available that work for your robots. And on this last screenshot here, it shows some of the weapon skills that are available for the different weapons that can really make your weapons stronger. So I'm going to take a basic robot and I'm going to point out my favorite skills. So first off, the first thing I like to do is Armor Expert. This gives you more durability, and Armor Expert is a really amazing skill. This is a must-have on all robots. The next skill that's a must-have is Roadhog. This gives you increased speed at all times. Roadhog is amazing. Next, we're going to talk about the Dodger skill, making all of your modules recharge faster. That way you can hit your healing more often or whatever, which is a very big help for your robots. Now, some robots have different skills available for another. So right now we're looking at Leo, so let's change to a different robot and look at some of the skills available on that. Now on this robot, you're going to see a skill called Scout and a skill called Spy. Both of those are additional speed skills. I love both of those skills a lot. On this robot, you're going to see a skill called Tough Guy that gives him more durability. Tough Guy is awesome. You want that skill if it's available. If your robot has a shield, sometimes you'll see the customization adept skill, which will reduce the shield's durability but give the robot more durability. On some robots, that is a really awesome skill to have. On robots that have healing, You might want to look for something like True Ace, which gives you additional healing, which is amazing, or any other healing skills. I think the most important pilot skills are durability skills and speed skills. If it gives you more durability, you probably want to add it, and if it makes your robot faster, you also probably want to add that as well. In this game, durability and speed are crazy important. Now, there are some skills that give you extra weapon damage. A lot of guys love to pick those. Now, personally, I don't pick too many weapon-specific skills, especially if it only works on a certain weapon, because if I change my weapons out, that skill is no longer going to work. So I don't really like weapon-specific skills myself, but some of the weapon skills are pretty awesome. Some robots will have a physical shield and some will have an energy shield, so you're going to find skills on those guys that make the shield stronger, and a lot of the times I do like to pick those. So you kind of got to look at what's available. Remember, hey, I've only got so many skills, and pick the ones that you think are going to be the most beneficial for that robot. Even when the pilot is maxed out and you've got 7 choices, sometimes there's more than 7 really good skills available for a robot. Sometimes you might only see a few skills that you really like for certain robots, because each robot does have different skills available. So you just kind of got to choose the ones that you think are going to work best on that robot. So bottom line is, I think you at least want to get your pilot skills up to the purple. If you can, get them all gold, but purple is good too. Of course, the higher the tier, the bigger the boost you get on the skill. So you definitely want to shoot for gold, but at least get it up to purple. Now, each pilot does have their own little story. If you scroll down past the skills, you're going to see a whole little bio, or whatever you want to call it, for each pilot that you could read if you want to. So there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. I know some people really like to read these, other people don't. That's personal preference, but it's there if you want to check it out. So I think the last thing on this guide is going to be leveling up your pilots and leveling up the skills. Now, as you play the game, the pilot will slowly level up, and when the pilot hits max level, it'll be at level 70. That gives you 7 different pilot skills. It's not too hard to play the game and get your pilot to like level 40 or something, which is a really good spot. That will give you 4 different skills. And if you pick the 4 best skills available for that robot, that's going to be a huge help. So each level does take a little longer and longer to level up. It gets to 40 pretty fast, and the rest of the skills go a little bit slower. So a lot of people do use their gold to boost the pilot to get it up to level 70 or wherever they need it quickly as possible. But if you're short on gold, get it up to level 40 or level 50. That'll give you 4 or 5 skills. You can get that pilot there pretty easily by just playing the game, and then using your gold to choose the skills that you want, and then using your gold to level the skills to the level you want. Like I said, I think you at least want to get the skills to purple, but if you can afford the gold, definitely make the gold tier 4 skills, guys. So I think that wraps this up. Hopefully you found it helpful. If there's any questions or anything like that about the pilots, go ahead and ask them down in the comments. Hopefully I covered everything you need to know. But if not, definitely feel free to ask questions. I'm here to help you guys out. Help me out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, click that little bell and set those notifications to all so you don't miss any good uploads, and maybe share this with your friends so they can see it. Anyways, I think that wraps this one up. Thank you guys so much. Lightning out. Have an awesome day. See ya.